Thanks for staying with us. We're going to move on now to The Punch. We're still taking a story, actually.
Yes, I have the major headline. So, organized labor yesterday called for a total reversal of the power sector privatization and recovery of all sold public electricity assets. Now, members of the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, and the Trade Union Congress, TUC, made the demands while they were picketing offices of the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NEC, in Abuja, and electricity distribution companies, that's DISCOs, nationwide. They also demanded an immediate reversal of the April 3, 2024 electricity tariff hike for Band A customers until certain conditions are met. Now, the terms which workers said are contained in their 2021 and 2023 agreement with the government, which included a review of the privatization of Power Holding Company of Nigeria, PHCN, de-dollarization of gas supply for electricity generation, distribution of prepaid meters to all electricity consumers, increase in electricity generation and distribution with an adequate commitment to investments in green and renewable energy sources. So in order to show their seriousness, the NLC and TUC leadership directed all electricity workers to cut off power supply to all NEC and Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN offices. They also went ahead to accuse the Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, of supporting apartheid in Nigeria. They said he should talk less about tariffs and focus on improving electricity generation in total. So they listed, everything that they are going through in the country regards to electricity, and they are saying that they are not going to step back till that review, especially with this new increment in tariff is reviewed. They are not going to step back. However, NEC had replied and said they have taken everything they've said into cognizance. They are going to be having a meeting soon, and then they'll see how they will readjust this. So I am worried that on one hand, we want to pay cost reflective. On another hand, we are quarreling about it. How will these people be able to fund themselves? Are we still going back to subsidy, back to back? We're stylishly going back to subsidy. And I don't think that would lift us from where we want to, where we are to where we want to go.
There has to be a review. I mean, sorry, a downward review somewhat. Because
it was too exorbitant.
It's too much. I'm paying 500,000 naira. It doesn't make any sense in 1 month.
For prepaid?
Band A.
Off your light.
I'm not paying the bill. All the lights in my house are on. Not the other lights. Off. They've opened the windows. Now they open the windows. Yeah. Fresh air.
So manage your electricity.
We are open our windows.
So, but you're lucky you are paying for what you're
bad.
using.
He's like, you're sweating. You're sweating. No,
pour cold water.
So everybody don't...
Everybody's... Anyway, let's see.
You see, the thing I have... The problem I have...
It's not our hot topic, unfortunately. We have to move on.
My own is that I have to say it.
Yes.
Is your earning power is not increasing, but your expenses are increasing. So what you have is reducing. This country shall not keep Can I take my own story about a Delta woman?
Take your story, ma.
Mrs. Ada Ocha Idowu, she was found dead with her with one son, and 2 other sons were unconscious in the apartment. They don't know what killed them.
Wow.
The 2 ones that were unconscious were rushed to the St. Joseph Catholic Hospital. Her sister, one of her own sons was one of the unconscious ones, says her sister doesn't eat noodles, and it was not generator film, that she doesn't know what killed her. She had served them rice and stew the night before, and now they found one of the sons woke up, saw that her lifeless body, started pouring water on her, and then his own limbs started to... that's how he went into unconsciousness.
Wow.
So the police are saying they need to do a report if they want an autopsy to be done.
Okay, so I have the story of the opposition parties coming together. So key opposition figures yesterday had a meeting at Atiku Abubakar's house. He was the presidential candidate for the PDP, and he was met with Peter Obi, the former Labour Party presidential candidate also, and they also met with Bukola Saraki, and also the former Jigawa State Governor, Sule Lamido. So the idea really is to come back together as a coalition. They're speaking on Obi's meeting with Atiku. Paul Ibe said that they discussed proposal for a coalition. He was not conversant with the details. However, the idea really was just to bring the country together and see how they can unite. According to they said, the center of the discussion was for the state of the nation, discuss the state of the nation, and how to reduce the suffering of all Nigerians, irrespective of class and location. If you recall, Peter Obi was in PDP during the elections towards the 2023 elections. Then he moved over to Labour Party when he had he couldn't get the ticket. So now everybody's coming together because obviously it's been a year into this administration and they're seeing how they can all come together, hopefully to defeat the ruling party in the coming elections. But it's important for them to have a united front. So I'm happy that they started having meetings because that's what democracy is about. Every group must be able to come together and see how they can take it apart.
Apparently, Wike's, not Wike, Atiku's press aide gave a statement yesterday saying that it was because of Wike that will be left PDP.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, moving on now to the listen. Either way, let us see what happens. Daily Sun, electricity tariff hike, organized labor grounds, discos NERC nationwide. Governor Obaseki urges devolution of power. Merger speculation rife as Obi meets PDP chiefs. FG to introduce wage system for workers. Igbo women beg FG to halt insecurity killings in Southeast. Crude oil theft. NSCDC uncovers 2 illegal pipeline connection points in rivers. Enugu seals 100 billion naira deal to revive palm products from. And Tinubu backs gender equality campaign. Okay, story.
So let me take the Igbo women. Yeah, so the Igbo Women Assembly, IWA, IWA, is disturbed over the spate of killings and incessant attacks in Igbo communities by armed hoodlums under the cover of herdsmen and other criminal elements. They complained about the operational style of the military troops in the region, whom they alleged had a penchant for arresting any young man and branding the person an indigenous people of Biafra or Eastern Security Network, IPOB, member. They also lamented that many women have been rendered widows by these attackers and military operations in the region. They are appealing to the federal government to take another look at the killings and insecurity in the zone. The president of IWA, Nneka Chimezie, was the one who spoke to newsmen in Enugu, and she was wondering why insecurity and killings had persisted in the area, despite the numerous checkpoints across the nation manned by various security agencies. She was urging the operatives to step up their game or allow the people to protect themselves. She said in a situation where security operatives invade and attack innocent Igbo communities over attacks on them by hoodlums should be stopped. The same way they don't invade other communities in the north. When Boko Haram terrorists attack, they should stop invading the southeast when they have attackers. They're actually there to help protect the people, not to invade them and then start, pointing them out and killing them one by one. He also says that the tagging of all Igbo youths as IPOB members just to arrest or kill them is not right at all. Not many of them even belong or even understand what's happening in that regard. So they are saying that, for instance, says she was from Olu in Imo State. They say more than 500 youths have been killed there. If you come to some communities in Imo State, you won't even see a lot of young people because everybody is running away to avoid that. So the federal government needs to do something in terms of insecurity, especially in the southwest. She asked the question, do we take late General Sani Abacha's theory that if any insurgency lasts more than a day, that the government is involved? They need the government to speak up on this and help the people in Igbo.
That story?
Yeah, I have a story. So the Enugu State Governor, Peter Mba, says he has begun resuscitation of various dormant companies and industries located in different parts of the state. I mean, this story gives me so much joy. It says that last week, they recorded a huge milestone where they signed a 100 billion naira deal with Pragmatic Palms Limited. So it's supposed to resuscitate the moribund Enugu State United Palm Products Limited. And this company invests multiple billions of naira to revive the asset. So what they do really is palm produce production, and all that comes with it. He said that this will bring the state's economy from $4.4 billion to about $30 billion. It's the moment that they're really and truly proud of. They said that this is in keeping with what the governor said when he came in during his campaign, which is to boost the economy of Enugu State. And so people can see that he's making the necessary investments in these companies. It gives me so much joy, to see that it's not just a Lagos State story. It's a story that
have other states too that are working with.
So the state governor, Godwin Obaseki, has reiterated once again the need to redesign Nigeria's current system to address numerous challenges and place the nation on the path of growth and prosperity. Obaseki was speaking in Benin City, saying that the federal system and over-centralization of power was limiting the nation's capacity to realize its full potential. He was talking about all the various states since the country's current system has expired. Unless we redesign the system, we will not get the full potential of the country. If you are relying on crude, the system should allow you to produce. So if you have crude, Zamfara State has mines and they have gold, they should own their licenses, and the federal government can help supervise it. And they can even pay up to 60% to the federal government, but at least they are mining their own minimal resources. We've been saying this for years. I'm just hoping that indeed government is able to somehow restructure the country at some point.
So the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps has uncovered 2 illegal bunkering sites in rivers. They said this was by their spokesperson, Babawale Afolabi. He says they found them on the boundaries of Rivers and Abia states. The other one was the boundary of Rivers and Abia, and then the other one was the Eche local government. He said that they were made to siphon. They would put the connection to the oil heads, and then they buried their thing under the ground, and they were siphoning oil. He said where they discovered it in a place where they had already removed the bunkering sites, and this one they had buried it. He said in the forest. He said it was discovered in the forest, and the pumping machine was taking 5,000 liters locally of
Who do they sell
locally
these?
refined petroleum in cellophane bags and a reservoir.
Okay. Vanguard. Oh, sorry, you have to go ahead.
They also recovered about 10,000 liters of kerosene stored in cooking oven, shovels, spades, buckets, and it was a whole
works. Okay. Our last paper this morning, I don't have too much time for it. Vanguard, labor protests, talked about that. CBN will retain high interest rates to tame inflation, says Cardoso. Escalating public service wage bills, increasing cost of governance, says Akpabio. And Timu directs mandatory procurement of CNG-powered vehicles. Any story we've not taken? Okay, I think that's all we can take on front page review. And come back, we'll move on to our sponsored segment. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.